Yep, we're live.
Oh, we live.
Mm-hmm. We are live. We are back with a face cam and backgrounds.
Yeah. We it's like we reloaded in this motherfucker. Like
It only took 2 years.
I know, right? Just took 2 years, and but we was like, you know what? Like we had to wait till we got memberships popping, and we had to fucking get like get over 2,000 subs. We had to do all that other shit before we was like, all right, you know what? We could go back. We could bring back the crew. Like we could bring back the damn we could get the band together.
Yeah, bring back the eyes of the sport.
Let me see. Someone shared this whenever they not busy. So yeah, we here. So yeah, we got it out. So give y'all a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We just gonna chill a little bit. Vibe a little bit. Get y'all give y'all a little chance to get into the room. I know y'all heating up with damn NFL. It's cool. This was on some random shit.
Yeah, it was like I was actually gearing down from running the sparring session.
Oh, word. So you saw some fades?
You know what? I definitely did. I definitely did. Like a guy got like damn near chucked around from post to post in the ring.
Oh, he got that Bivol treatment.
Yeah, like they almost fell over actually.
Oh, so that was the Ben Whitaker treatment. Like, damn.
Yeah, they didn't
like,
fall over the ring. They stayed in the ring. They stayed in the ring. That was a
oh,
freak
okay.
accident. No, that was a weird freak accident with Ben Whitaker.
Yeah, that was some crazy shit. When I was talking with my sister, and I was like, "Yo, who's the other nigga that this happened to?" Like, and she was like, "The Montana Love." Like, yeah, like that shit. Like, yo, is there like an epidemic of these dudes just going over the top? Like fuck it, like
WWE up in this bitch.
Like you're just boxing, and then you're like, "Fuck it," you just you jump into the street.
Yeah.
You get hit by a random car. Like, so imagine the two guys from the Street Fighter 2
intro,
and they're like, you know what? Fuck it, I can't beat you. Like,
yeah, just grabs the nearest thing and boom. So stupid.
Like, you want some street shit?
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is gonna be a fun fight to talk about.
Yeah.
I only pop up for 175, 154. I didn't show. What was the last 154 fight I showed up for?
The fucking, I think we was talking about Charlo. Like, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, we'll pop up on a light heavyweight fight or a 154. Like, if you go back in time, like you look at the YouTube, you'll see like eye test. It'll be like Kovalev Canelo, or it'll be like which Charlo was better, 154. Like we don't be giving a damn about nothing else. Like, like light heavyweight, you're gonna get some hands, you're gonna get some fades. So it's like
that's true.
Like, you said he back, we back.
Unless it's Inoue, then I'll show up for Inoue.
Yeah. that goes without saying. Like, but let me see. But yeah, so shit, let's get right into it.
Of course.
We and salute anybody else who come in the chat later, or if y'all see this later on, it's all good. I think this is the first time me and PJ ever went live. So we like, fuck it, I know y'all watching football right now and all that other bullshit. Nah, we talk hands is boxing.
All it is, plain and simple.
So let's get into it, Coach. First of all, let's just say our predictions earlier. Like, if anybody was listening to the Monday night, no, it was like a Thursday night podcast like a week ago, before Pat left. We all had our predictions. My prediction for Beterbiev was 12th round KO. And I think shout outs to Android, because we literally talked each other and was like, I think a week before, like the week of the fight, he had hit me up. He was like, yo, man, I have a gut feeling that we're going to see like a crazy, unexpected type of scenario outcome.
Yeah.
And like, he was like, maybe like Bivol by KO or Beterbiev by decision. And I'm like, I was like, you know what? I can see a bunch of a bunch of different scenarios. I could definitely see a Bivol decision. I was like, I could see that. I was like, I could see a Beterbiev decision, especially if he keeps hurting Bivol, like the Virgil Ortiz Sergey Boholichek fight.
Yeah.
So we basically said like, yeah, that could Beterbiev decision. Like, and then it's like we get this shit, and then I was remembering, I was like, yo, I had to, because I think I told Rome earlier.
Yeah, so I tried to say the right day. He should have bet money on it.
Yeah, dude, like we should have bet money on it, like, because I bet Beterbiev by KO, which is like 90% of the fucking world fucking bet it as. So even though I'm up here saying like, yeah, it could be a fucking decision. Yeah, it pretty much could be a decision. Yeah, both these guys tough. Look what happened. So,
oh yeah.
But so salute the Android. He's in here. I should have put money. Hell yeah, fuck yeah. PJ said yeah. Salute. Conscious boxing. Who this nigga? Oh, it's Pilot. Hey, what up? I know you. Fuck you, man.
What's up, Pilot?
Can't lose arguably all the championship rounds, especially the last two, and say it's a robbery. Facts. But not mad if you thought Bivol won. The crazy part about that, if Bivol would have won, I low-key would have said it was a robbery.
Oh. Well, I guess with the performance towards the end, I could see that.
Because this is the thing. Y'all gotta remember when y'all say Bivol won or had it the other way. And I can understand that. But you have to tell me, are you super confident that Bivol just won 9 clear rounds? The first 9 clear rounds. Because remember, you can make an argument, Beterbiev won the 10th, 11th, and 12th. So are you willing to say Bivol, without a doubt, won the first 9 rounds?
There were toss-up rounds. There's no way.
Then it's almost impossible to say I could see Bivol, even though it's a could go either way type of fight. It's just hard to say Bivol won it when it's like you could clearly see him lose the last 3. Those were like the easiest rounds to score.
The other thing too that I think people also forget, and that's where I guess that makes the discussion really good. Both fighters had great defense. A lot of punches hit the gloves of the arms and things like that. So you'd be like, oh, Bivol threw more, but how many were clean shots? Like there was like only a few that you could notice. And then arguably when Beterbiev came back, he also hit on the body and things like that. But then you'd see like who's visibly looking more damaged or who looked more spooked and took a step back. Who's the one happily going towards you and who's the one who feels like I need room? It's going to affect how the momentum of the fight is for like effective aggression. Who's leading the fight? Who's the guy coming towards it? Bivol had great moments, like especially with like where he managed to keep things at a game plan and things like that. And he buzzed him a couple times too, especially when he like buzzed him for a second and then he came in and then he realized real fast, Beterbiev will throw with you. And once he realized that, he was like, yeah, that's a bad idea. And then started backing off and then try to keep it safe. And then I know, because LB knows I sent him that Tyrese picture asking Beterbiev to hit the body, please. And then he started doing it. It's like, please. And he started hitting the body. And you could tell those body shots were hurting. They add up fast.
See, Beterbiev is one of the few boxers, one of the rare few boxers that could actually get away with just beating up on you, whether he's getting a clean shot or not. Because we talked about this before on the boxing podcast. Like, in a way, he'll hurt you if he don't land clean, but he's not the type of guy who's gonna fucking try to just bombard you, swarm you, overwhelm you, and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna just beat your arms down. Like you'll get your arms because you'll pretty much be like, fuck it, I'd rather take the clean shot right now.
Yes.
Beterbiev ain't doing that. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna just beat on you, and the clean shot will open up whenever. I'll make the clean shot.
Yep.
Oh, salute. Hey, what it do, Chris Brand? What it do? Bivol will get stopped in the rematch. Thank you. And Ben Whitaker is absolutely ass. Yo, we gonna talk about the rest of them a little afterwards.
It's the
Because
pause.
there ain't too much really to say about the card. Yeah, pause. But Beterbiev was spinning Bivol around as well with some good inside work. Yeah, dude, it's like
he was the stronger person on the inside, and you could tell. Like you could see,
easily.
it's just a case of like you can tell like Beterbiev practices grappling in some way. He knows like, hey, if I have you here, I need to keep you still, or if you're gonna be like tossing around, then I'll just chuck you.
Facts.
Yeah. But it's not like to take away from Bivol, because Bivol still did an amazing performance, and he's the only guy who managed to get all the way to decision. So if anything, it's an achievement for him. He's the only guy.
He almost like now. Sorry, no, ain't no fucking sorry because we tired of hearing it. But you know where I'm about to go here.
Go for it.
If Bivol wants to have a little victory parade for going the distance, I'll allow it. It'll be a lot better than hearing Edgar Berlanga fucking damn pat himself on the back for going the distance with Canelo. Because at least Bivol was trying to win. You know, see, that's the only time you get credit going the distance with a crazy puncher if you're trying to win.
Yeah.
If you're not trying to win, no one gives a fuck.
Actually, let's add a bit more detail. It's just like if you're just simply trying to survive.
Yeah. Like if you cover up more than you throw hands, yeah. Like we're moving the expectation, the celebration meter down for you.
We're taking it from a club to just a local bodega.
Yeah. We'll have your birthday party at Wendy's or some shit.
Yeah, any 24-hour joint.
Facts. Like you're not going to Top Golf and shit or none of that other extra. Go karts for that performance, motherfucker.
No, you get Denny's.
Yeah, Denny's for that. So we not shitting on Bivol tonight. It was a good fight. Like this is one of the few super fights that lived up to it. I know some people are like, it wasn't all that exciting. I'm like, the fuck? Like it wasn't?
It was tense all the way.
It was tense, and there was throwing big punches, and it was hands being thrown, bro. Like, was it a fight of the year? No. But it's that level right below it. Like, all it needed was like a knockdown or someone stumbling or some shit or some type of
basically a moment where one guy feels like I have to catch up somehow. I need to do this. But otherwise, they kept it very respectful to each other. But it's just both of them in their own way. Their defense is so good, they just couldn't get the shots that they would with like their previous opponents. It's just hard when it's just like it's variations of the Soviet style, so they're both kind of familiar with certain things. So it's kind of like they're gonna negate each other in a number of ways. It's also the first time, I believe, in history, it's the first time in a pro setting that it's Soviet style versus Soviet style. There's usually a contrast. This is the first time two Soviet fighters using their own respective styles are actually fighting. The last times you'd see that is only in the amateurs, and most of them are just like in VHS tape somewhere that we'll never see.
Yeah. They're on the dark part of YouTube. Like, if you was one of those motherfuckers who was watching YouTube videos 15 years ago, you probably saved it in a bookmark or something.
Oh, that's such a long time
ago. Like because I look sometimes to watch history. I'm like, damn, I was watching Zab Judah highlights in 2016. Like, I was doing this. Like, okay, like, all right.
I go to some like older fights. I'm like, damn, that's been over a decade.
Let me. Okay, wait. Yeah. Facts. Top 5 fight of the year.
It depends on like.
I don't know if it's top 5.
You know what? I think it's also what you consider like a fight of the year category, because I could see like for some people it might not be what they want compared to like some of the more explosive fights or the ones where it's a bit more of a back and forth or like clear cut things.
I mean, well, we look. First of all, like I know me. Shout out to my nigga Pat enjoying his vacation. So we've had it. I think we've had it before where we talked about like, look, we got to have like a parameter for like you got to have a qualification for a fight of the year. Usually you need a knockdown or two.
Yeah.
Usually somebody has to get people. Both guys have to be hurt, and you have to have ebb and flow.
Yeah. So
Gotta
if it's like
have
one
some.
knockdown happens, then maybe later on the other guy gets the knockdown back. So then it's just like, okay, where we're going with this. Or it's like one guy got wobbled and the other guy comes back, wobbles him back. So it's just a case like you just don't know. You're just like, where's this gonna go? Where's this gonna go? Because that's what makes people just like jump off their seats and things like that. Because you generally don't know. It's willpower. It's like, okay, how good are your skills under real duress? It's like, do you have your basics down to a T? If you are hurt, do you know to bring those hands back up? And if you come back with something, did you do it out of desperation, or was it just like, okay, I've trained this long enough, you just do it?
Exactly. And out of all of that, it has the ebb and flow and it has the work rate, but as far as and it has the drama, but it was missing that like it's the damn, it's like the cheesecake without the little cherry on top or the little whipped cream. Like it's a good cheesecake now, but it's missing the knockdowns and that whole fuckery that, oh shit, like it's in doubt, or oh, you almost got it. Like it's missing that like that one moment. So I would say it's like if it's top 10, it's because of the significance, and it's probably lower bottom half top 10. Like, could you put this on? Like, okay, hold on, wait. I see Pilot said, I don't know if it's better than Usyk Fury. And see, and that's a good question because it's the thing. Usyk Fury was good, and it had like it had that dramatic moment, like we thought Fury would. Well, we at one point, oh, damn nigga, you made me really think now because Fury, because Usyk was hurt too, and at one point it looked like Usyk was about to go.
Yeah.
And then it looked like Fury was like, oh shit, like, and that Fury moment was the moment.
The third gas tank of Usyk, which he does that just nobody else can keep up with.
Yeah, so you know what? I might have to agree with Pilot. I probably will put Usyk Fury over this because that moment. But a part of me feels like the Beterbiev Bivol is the better fight to rewatch. Like it's just more action or more consistent. Ford stopping dude last second. Fury almost gets. Yeah, that Raymond Ford fight. Yeah, that's a fight of the fucking year. Like, so that's and just to get back to the whole, not to digress too much. So, and you know, Ring Gang always be fucking representing. So, salute Pilot for mentioning those fights and making us reinforce the criteria. So,
yeah,
that's why I wouldn't say Bivol Beterbiev is a fight of the year candidate, or if it is, it's lower top 10, like maybe 9 or 10.
It's in contention.
Yeah,
you could argue for it.
Because would you put this like, I don't know if I would put this on the level of Mayor what's his name? Sandy Ryan.
Oh no.
You see what I'm saying? Like that shit was violent. So and those are women. So so yeah. So Bivol Beterbiev was just right there, but that don't mean it still wasn't a good fight. The people saying that it wasn't an entertaining fight or it wasn't exciting, I don't know what the fuck y'all was on. Like,
it all comes down to like appreciation of skills and things like that. Because it's just like you can tell if a fight is nothing's going on, but you can also tell if there's such a high level, they're not allowing each other, but they're setting up traps at the same time. It's both like, yeah, and you can see like, okay, I'm going to touch and see. Okay, I'm going to touch and see. And one guy does his own setup. So, for example, for Bivol, it's like once he gets that back and forth and he starts touching them, that's that full extension because he wants you to throw with him and he pulls back and hits you back. Whereas Beterbiev, he wants to keep prodding and touching you with that jab, that touch jab, which can suddenly turn into a heavy shot when he's walking towards you because he never shows explosive movement unless he thinks you're in the corner. He's always
Thank you.
slowly walking, so it makes it hard. It makes it hard to see where his punches are coming from because
Or
he's just
unless you
walking and then
catch him
boom.
clean.
Mm-hmm.
If you catch Beterbiev in clean, it's like you kind of wake him. That's when he's like, all right, fuck the slow plotting shit. Bah, bah, bah.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to talk about that it's two things. I'm gonna circle back to it. Seeing all the tweets, you can tell all the running ass niggas, all the pillow fists, all the damn Crash Bandicoots, and name all the other running shit, all the gazelles, all the antelopes, all the motherfuckers, the giraffes, all the running motherfuckers. They the main ones talking about Bivol was robbed.
It's like define rob. How did define a robbery? I'm just like, that's
Like,
not robbery. It was a competitive fight.
You know what? A lot of people would love to get away with what Bivol was getting away with in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And people for some reason, when you boxing on the outside and sticking and moving, people just, oh my God, he's the second coming of Muhammad Ali. Like, what is it? This is Jesus in boxing shoes. Like, oh my God, like the niggas just lose their fucking mind. And it's like, okay, y'all not seeing the little nuances of the guy that's coming forward, who's making the dude have to be all perfect and shit. So that's another thing. A lot Android shout outs, yeah. Shakur, Shakur Brunnerson. Thank you, Chris Bressy. That's what I'm talking about. Like, bro, like, look, this is what y'all gotta understand. There was moments, and look, and PJ know I used to get at PJ for this. Like, this is like this is a 2016 conversation, 2017 conversation. I used to tell PJ about the dead air in boxing matches. I used to harp on this dude about it, like every fucking time, like.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about this, and motherfucking, like, y'all don't know, like, PJ back then was like slick, clean, like motherfucker was fucking boxing his head off. Like he would be boxing his ass off in these sparring sessions. But I would be like, yo, like, don't get into this goddamn Sergio Mora shit where you're up here, you're so caught up on looking pretty with the defense that you let 15 seconds go by and you ain't throw no fucking punch. And I'm saying, and not even harp on this, but PJ's a coachable, trainable motherfucker. Like, so he would take it and be like, okay, word, I get it. And I'm not saying he transitioned overnight, but he eventually got it, understood it, and be like, yeah. Then the way the universe, the circle works in life, he would end up sending me his students' videos telling me, like, though, what's the dead air? You see this? Yeah, I'm trying to fix this. So, but you gotta be open to fucking learn, though. Like that. So my point is, you can't be outboxing a motherfucker like that when I could literally see 15, 10, 20-second intervals time where you're circling and not even punching. You know what my first boxing trainer and teacher told me? Whenever you move, you jab before you move, and you jab again once you're finished moving. Whenever you occupy a new space, a new board on the chess, a new chess piece, you fucking jab in, or you move, jab out. That way, motherfuckers don't run on you and you disrupt timing. This little subtle shit like that. And Bivol was doing that in the first 6 rounds. But he got greedy a little bit, ate a punch he didn't like, and he was circle, and he wasn't jabbing when he was circle. He would just literally be like, fuck that. It's Laura versus Canelo, nigga. Like, he would run into circles, and it's like, you mean that I cannot fucking give you a round when you're the motherfucker, like, who's decreasing action?
It's kind of like that general every 2 seconds you're doing something. It's just like you jab, you do something, you move, you do something, even if it's a feint, just make them react to you in some way, especially if it makes them want to step back. So that at the very
Thank
least,
you.
you're making a case for yourself, being like, yeah, I'm moving, but I'm still showing I'm a threat one way or another. And like Chris Brand was saying, it's just like he was not opening up for a good reason. There was just moments it's just like, yeah, I'm getting shots, and Beterbiev says like, I can throw too. And it's like in that range, Beterbiev was just like, say less. We'll do it. And we just like, where are you going? I'm down for this. Let's go. Where are you going? Why are you in the corner? Why are you on the ropes? Come here. Let me. I'm just like, I'm like, I don't care if your hands are up. Something's gonna open. Let's go. And then a couple shots would come through where even like Beterbiev would make mistakes and he'd get clipped by some things. Like this is not to take away from Bivol. He was really good at luring him in to set up those counters. It was just
Yeah.
at a certain moment, and you'll see it in some of his previous fights, even when he fought Canelo. Once he gets going, and he really likes to get like what he sees, he'll stay there and keep throwing and forget like, hey, you should probably get out of the way.
Yeah.
Like it works really well if Bivol has you on the ropes. It's super dangerous if it's in the center where you could possibly fall in, and then the guy's going to counter you. He had a moment with Beterbiev on the ropes, but that's when Beterbiev threw with him. Because at a certain point, people have to realize if somebody's getting the volume on you or a machine gun puncher, throwing with them is the solution. They're not expecting you to throw; they're expecting you to fall apart or cover up. It's hard to
Okay.
throw with people.
Well, depending on your natural style and technique and skill set, and I like how that's how we work good together, because you brought it back to the second point I wanted to make. This is one thing that kind of hurts you against certain fighters. This is why I always preach to my students: you never want to learn only one way or master only one way of defending in boxing.
Mhm.
You want to be able to defend with the guard up on some Winky Wright, Mickey Ward type shit, or Bivol Beterbiev shit, or Kaladi type shit. I'm just throwing names. You want to be able to be a guy who could fucking stand at half target at an angle and make slip punches and slide out and in. And you want to be able to do a little Philly shell with your shoulder so you could counter sometimes. You want to be able to fucking be good with the head movement so you can move side to side. You want to be able to go with your footwork to gauge distance, win the back up, and win the back up at an angle. I
Have the
say
option.
all this. Yeah, options. I say all this. When you have better defensive options, you have better offensive opportunities.
Yes.
Let me repeat that. When you have better defensive options, you have better offensive opportunities. And I say that as to say, and we'll bring it back to the Soviet style, because this is good. This is y'all niggas gonna fucking learn something today, man. They both got that high guard up, Soviet style, slight parry, catch. They're not even really focused on body punches.
No.
I don't even think niggas threw a body punch until like the 7th round.
Yeah, I was very upset about that.
Yes. And that's one thing Bivol needed to do, or anybody needs to do going against a guy like Beterbiev, these punchers. But when you spoke about Bivol does a good job of luring in you, I mean, pause. I mean, luring. Yeah, I'm like, what the like? Hold on, wait. Luring you inside of his range. Bivol is great at that, and he throws good variation of like straight and hooks to do that.
Yeah, long range punches.
Long range style. Beterbiev throws straights as well, and he throws in good hooks too. So they both really just got the same offensive capabilities.
Mhm.
But the only difference is it's hard to counter people if you don't move your head.
Yes.
And that's one thing that Bivol's skill set lacks.
Yeah, he's very square on whenever he's on offense or defense. It will stay completely here, and he'll either ball in, and ready to explode out or ball in and try and move in a certain direction. It's why sometimes when he does this step and turn, a right hand could potentially come over the top this way, which is what Joe Smith did
in the 10th round.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Pat who was at that fight.
And it's just a case of just like when you're only taught this instead of thinking like, and I think it's also because there's a bit of a misconception when it comes to head movement. They think they need to move a lot. And it's like your head's a small target. You only need to move just so much. Your head's
just a little.
Target.
Just
and if it's off your glove, then it's easy. Or easier.
See, and that's the thing. Like a lot of times, you know how hard it is to counter somebody who's throwing straight punches and you're throwing straight punches and you're not moving your fucking head? Why do you think you barely saw counter punches in that fight? It was more my turn, your turn type of counters. It wasn't like a parry counter or it wasn't nothing. Even the exchanges weren't like that.
No, it was more of a case of I've opened up, you've opened up, let's throw. Or I've done mine, what's your answer? It was more, it was like a conversation. They were having a debate on something. It's just like, well, my point is this. Well, this is my point. Well, this is my point. Well, this is my point. Then once in a while, when you would see them catch each other, there's one person interrupting the other person in the conversation. It's like, but about this. Exactly. That was their way. That's his rebuttal.
And that's all it is. So when y'all talking about skills, like really look at this shit. Like you got motherfuckers saying like Bivol is on some like soup. Like no, like both these guys are highly skilled, but like I know motherfuckers be getting at me like I know I'm a stickler for skills. I watch too much fucking boxing. Like I know there's too many styles to appreciate. It's too many ways to do things. So that's why I always, focus on like, yo, you gotta kind of know a little bit of everything. Because if Bivol could counter while moving his head, if he was a guy who moved his head, it's a different fight. You mean just imagine the punches to the body he could have landed if he moved his head for right hands.
Yeah. Just
imagine. Like, so, there was food left on the table for that fight. For him. But this is the thing, he's at such a high level and, in the sport and as far as experience, like, some people you can't introduce something new like that to them.
Yeah, no, that's hard.
At that point.
They have a set method as well as they've had success with it for a long time. To suddenly introduce something foreign to them, they're going to be like, why would I?
See, and that's the thing with boxing. Like, boxing is one of those, like, might makes right type of sports. Whereas you could be doing something. Oh, my bad. Phone on vibrate.
Yeah, because a lot of times when it is like a foreign concept to people, it's like people will have that initial resistance. Like, but I've been doing this for so long. Why should I? Actually, they don't think of it as an addition.
A little bit.
They think it's of an addition. They think it's like we're changing you altogether. It's like, no, you still want to be what you are. Here's some extra tools for you to use just to give you a little bit more options. But depending on how it was delivered or how they heard it, they think like, oh, we're starting you again from the ground up. No, not necessarily.
No.
Rebuilding can also just mean we're adding additions to it. It doesn't mean we're just like demolishing and then we're getting it back.
We building a room for your little brother. That don't mean we're gonna blow up your room, nigga. Like
exactly. It's just like, where's the C4? It was just like
like you're not gonna sleep at the foot of our bed, bro.
Yeah, it's just like, you got insurance? No, perfect. Don't worry about it. It's just...
and that's the thing, because with boxing, if someone's, because the thing is, because I make critiques to people, and I'll be like, well, they need to really do this or try to improve this, and they'll be like, well, damn, LB, well, damn, Shutterworth, well, damn, Jay, that nigga trained the 15 fucking world champions. Who you train? He knows what he's doing. I'm like, I get it. I fucking get it. You could, but when y'all make that argument, you got to remember the circumstances behind that argument.
Yes.
Is this somebody making 15 world champions from scratch?
Or did they come along?
Did they come along? Did he get a nigga at 15 fights in? Or he's at an IBF eliminator right now. Like, okay, yeah, I'll coach him. Yeah.
Yeah, you know
Y'all
how many
gotta
coaches
factor
would
in
kill
that.
for that opportunity?
You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta factor in that when y'all say that shit. And it just like PJ said, like, we not saying like, all right, you know what? You gotta do things this way, that old way. No, we're like, look, add this to your game. It's like a video game, and you could carry 7 items. You could carry 5 items, but you only fucking carry 3.
Yeah,
And
where are the
you've
other
been
two?
and you've been going through the whole game just whooping niggas' asses with 3. You've been surviving with them 3 items. And then me and PJ come along and be like, you know what? You know, you probably have a better high score if you added these 2 items. You know, you'll be more efficient. You'd have probably beat the game by now, bro. Like, that's what we're talking about when we say, hey, if you're used to blocking one way, practice blocking another way too. Because you might be in a situation where you'll need to learn how to you'll need to defend that way than the other way.
Yes.
We do it for punches. You gonna so if we're gonna show how to throw every punch, show how to defend every style. So it's shit like that, but it's stuff where if somebody's not willing to learn it, no matter where they are in their career or their status, or
It
you're
just
just gonna have to
depends.
just
Are you
train
receptive?
motherfuckers.
Yeah, are you receptive to info? That's it. It doesn't mean you got to take every
Exactly.
random person's information as gospel. You just see what they say, be like, I'll take it in consideration, take the stuff you like, and then leave out the stuff that you didn't need for.
And spit the seeds out.
Yeah, it's just like you don't have to like take it wholesale and things like that. I'll be like, you know what? Out of all this stuff, I like this one thing. I'm gonna try and use that. Out of this thing, I like this one thing. It's like grabbing different meals, like different foods out of a buffet. You're just picking what you like or what you saw that caught your eye. Maybe the odd new thing, and you may be like, I like it or I don't.
Exactly. So that's all it is when it comes to, like, you know. But it was a great fight. It's just little things we look at like that, and you know that could make the difference. That's why, like, if you pride yourself on learning boxing and understanding boxing, you don't just focus on watching the greats, all the guys in the top 10 pound for pound, all the world champions. You could pick up from every individual in boxing, from novice level to greatest of all time level.
Yeah, you'll
Like,
be
you really can.
surprised how many people at a local level they'll be doing something and be like, you know what, that's actually a really good thing to consider or an idea. Like, just take the time. So yeah, if you can, always watch your local shows. You know, if it doesn't cost an arm or it doesn't cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah, and shit's popping because you'll see some shit. Just like you'll see some guys on Pro Box TV do some high level shit that you might not see a motherfucker on damn Showbox or Showtime or The Zone. I said Showtime, The Zone or ESPN and shit.
R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Showtime. but yeah, that's all we're saying. Like, you could never know too much because you know what's the next level of once you know everything, or you know it, or you got all the books, you got all the items. The next thing you have to learn is when to delegate and when to lean on whatever in what situations. And that's the one thing you're gonna always keep learning.
Yeah,
because there's always a new situation, but you at least want to have the tools and the weaponry to react to that situation.
Yeah. Or as I saw it, I can't remember where I saw it. I'm fairly certain it was a post, but it was a quote. It says like, for every one punch or one thing they do, you have 3 to 5 answers to it. So then they don't know what you're coming back with. You show the one counter, then you show another counter, then you show a defensive move, you don't show another defensive move. All saying like, at any point you throw this one thing at me, there's 5 plus things I could do.
And you got to know the instinct. You got to be able to have the instinctive realization to analyze the circumstance or the situation that fist is coming at you with, to see what are the 5 options you would use to thwart that attack. And some people mess that up. That's why you don't see like a lot of the upper echelon boxers in this era. You don't see it like you used to, where you used to see a guy who kind of capable of multiple styles.
Yeah.
You don't see it like that. Like, the recipes are dying off and getting stolen, lost, and forgotten.
Processed.
Processed. So you don't get to see certain shit. And certain styles don't even make it far enough, but they still be effective.
Mm-hmm. Because you got to remember, there's like the beginning, there's like the early stages. We'll just use the program as an example. Like the early stages, you might get a soft touch here or two, things like that. But hey, you know what? There's going to be a super, super awkward guy, but you never saw that because maybe that high level guy you're watching never fought a super awkward guy. So you don't know
Yeah.
what the adjustments are. It's like the chances of you running into a Jeff Horn is so high, you don't know what's going to happen when he comes rushing at you like a lion.
That's facts. That's super facts, yo.
And it's just like, okay, you trained yourself to a standard where you're like, oh, I expect things to be at a high level, things like that. Who's to say that opponent's going to follow that? They may not know what that high level is, and they're going to hit you with a herky jerky timing. And you're going to
Yeah.
get caught by something stupid, and then you're going to get mad about it.
Facts. Like people just want to like you can appreciate the entirety of boxing. You can learn and pick up from multiple things. Like that's why we say like when you truly want to understand this, you want to approach it in that way, because if not, you'll be one of these guys who's like, yeah, man, I trained 15 world champions, 20 world champions, and yeah, all these niggas is good and whatever, but some of them still have developmental fundamental flaws. Some can't do shit like cut off the ring and
Yes.
and these are some shit like cutting off the ring is something I personally teach novices to do. Like I'm teaching you at the bare bone. Whenever the niggas see like my mitt videos, when I do the mitts, I'm moving around you so you get used to them moving and walking and not just standing still punching.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, I've had people even make fun of it on the shorts and videos and shit. Like, hey, what the fuck is this nigga doing? All this moving around. I'm like, like, cause y'all are focused on the surface level. I'm when I train somebody, I'm giving them the complete game.
Yeah, I'm thinking about like the one boxer you told me who had like the really, really weird movement, and then I watched and I burst out laughing. I think it was Velasquez or something. His name, it was like a random name, like an old boxer, old like from maybe the '90s, early 2000s. And I watched the move. I'm like, yeah, I need to stop doing that.
It probably was Miguel Vasquez, like
That's good. I think it was.
because he could box,
Oh yeah,
but he moves around too fucking much.
and really awkwardly too.
Awkward, oh Lord, like. And see, the thing is, like, if you don't, and if you're a trainer, if you're a coach, it's even more important for you to be fucking watching the entirety of boxing and different styles and shit, so you can have references to people. You know how many times people tell me, "Damn, who should I fucking watch if I want to see if I could develop hooks or this?" And I could be like, "Oh, this nigga, that nigga, oh him, oh that guy, this guy." You can't do that if you only watch the fucking. You started watching boxing last 5 years ago, and you only watched the top 10 pound for pound.
Yeah, those are like certain criteria is meant to be at the top 10 for those people that fight like that. The reason why it seems like clean cut, the reason why it seems a little less chaotic, it's just like they've reached the standard and they have an expectation. So that's why if it's just like the super boxer goes up against a guy who may be a good boxer, but they realize I can't match up with that, fuck it, I'll just rush you.
Yeah, there you go. Like, and that's just the whole you using your like, fuck, I just analyzed, I downloaded the situation. Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, you know what? I just got to throw mud into this place. The other thing too is just to add on top of what you said, regardless whether you're a trainer or a fighter, things like that, you're forever a student. You're going to be forever learning. If you keep looking at it like that, you'll never like plateau. Always consider be like, I'm always looking for something. For even like for how long I've been coaching myself, I'm always looking up new stuff. I'm always like ready for feedback. I'm always ready for things. There's gonna be something I missed. There might be something a new, fresh set of eyes might see. Or you might get somebody who's fresh, takes a little bit longer, so your approach is different, and you get somebody who just learns naturally. Or you get like the super athlete, but they can't learn the skills just yet. Or the person who's not athletic at all, but they stop and learn, and they got better over time because of it. Oh, here we go.
Takai versus Higa recently is a good example of an unorthodox yet purposeful style winning out. That's facts. That was a good fucking fight too. That's facts.
Yeah, I always say it as a joke with like other trainers and people who like understand what I'm saying with it. I said when both of you are at a high level, like you planning and strategy, things like that, just doing an unga bunga thing will probably work because no one's expecting that. Just do something stupid.
It's just
Seriously.
the most random. Like that's why I be focusing on like I practice angles and shit because it's like and you see somebody do some crazy shit. It's like the fuck, bow, like oh shit,
Because they're
like,
looking at
nigga
it.
quick with that weird shit.
Hell, look at Roy Jones versus Tony. Tony had a good idea until he saw that arm thing. And Tony just
Yeah,
responded the same way. And even Roy Jones was like, oh shit, he did it. Ah, poof.
and the man moonwalked like 17 feet into the corner. And that was a knockdown. I'm like, bro, like if that rope wasn't up, you would have been moonwalking down the aisle and
He would
shit.
have left
Like,
the building into his car.
got it.
He doesn't even go to the car like before. He still reverses on the way out.
I mean, damn, we be having fun with this, but that's all it is. We getting on, man. Like when you and another thing too, like when you have two people high level, it almost comes down like if it's not a ooga boonga random, like fuck it, just sneeze or I think I was watching what my Hero Academia, and the dude is about to stomp the dude out. So that by the time he pulls his pants down and dude is like, what the fuck?
it's something the weirdest shit happens.
This is random shit, but it helped because it saved time. Shit, like sometimes, so yeah. But if it's not something like that, it goes back to the other shit. What I'm saying, where you have defensive options, or you have different ways of doing things. Because if that one way don't work, you can say, okay, like I really need to counter this guy, but he's putting a type of pressure on me where I don't want to put my hands down, but he's handcuffing me. I can't punch. Then it's like, fuck, I know I got good head movement. Let me start feinting and doing some dips. The bow, throw the right hand or throw the left. Like you gotta know these things to even get it, to even formulate a strategy that's cerebral enough for you to realize it's happening in front of you.
Yeah. It's always good to like drill like situations, even if it's not something you're gonna be in often. It's better to be like, at least I know what to do. I have an answer of some sort. Just like a rangy guy, you gotta learn what it's like to handle a person on the inside. The guy who's the shorter guy, you gotta learn how to lure the taller guy towards you. Like you gotta like be able to handle any situation regardless. Not saying you'll be perfect, but it just helps to just pick one, move around, pick one, move around.
Facts.
That training aspect
fact.
is always going to be something you have to keep in mind.
Because not everybody is going to box the way you expect them to box or move the way you expect them to move.
You just happen to have an answer.
Yeah, but that comes from a lot of drilling. Pause. Like drills, like boxing drills. You motherfuckers, they talking about running drills. Like, and y'all think we on some goon shit. Like, yeah. Like, PJ and Shutter told me we need to be drilling. Like fuck you, no. We mean some other shit. Like, I try to make situations. I'll put cones up. I'll be like, yo, you sparring two people, both of y'all jab. I want you to be able to turn both guys. Pause. Turn both fighters. Like in between. Like you know what I'm saying? Like this shit. I know they killing me today. Wait, but you want me to spar two niggas and turn both of them? Wait, what? Like, yo, coach, man, get the fuck out of here. But yeah, you want to create multiple situations because when you drill these multiple situations, whenever you see something as a remote semblance to it, you're like, oh shit, I got it. I'm gonna do it. Like it's just like when people have conversations, you like, and we've all had this conversation, like like, oh, this bitch saying this, she about to ask me for some fucking money. Watch. Oh, this nigga talking about this. Damn, watch. He gonna ask me if I can watch his kid or some shit. Like, oh, you're saying like you start knowing, and if we do this with conversations, you could do that with fucking boxing.
Yeah, there's like gonna be little tells that you can see, or what you throw towards them, and they answer a certain way. Like I like to look at it like this: if you throw something, they do a defensive response. If they do that 2 times, there's a really good chance they're gonna do it again. Or in some cases where somebody says they're trying to land a combination and you just say like, do this extremely basic combination, it's probably going to land because both you and the other guy didn't expect it to land. Or if it did, the other guy's thinking like, they won't do it again. You do it again. Then you do it again.
Facts.
And just
Niggas
confuse
just gonna start spamming that shit.
Yeah.
You gonna look like Broner versus Sean Porter. And even though that nigga spammed that left hook all night, and Porter should have never got caught with it, with the amount of telegraphing and spamming he did with it. But what happened?
He got caught, and everybody remembers that expression.
That was literally the moment of the fight, really. Like,
yeah, him realizes it's like, I shouldn't have eaten that, but I did.
Like, bam! Like, oh shit. So yeah, it's like shit like that. How you? I don't know if you saw the Fabio Wardley Clark fight, but god damn, like Fabio, like that's Pilot dude. Shout out to Pilot. He knocked that dude out early as fuck.
Oh, that was the first round one, right?
Yeah, like that shit was just devastating. I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah, where it looked like the other guy's jaw got dislocated from that hook or the overhand.
Dude, he spun him around like dude was like, he was like about to fight the popcorn guy or some shit. Dude, I see the tweet. Somebody was like, "Yo, this dude got knocked out and he fell asleep like on his knees. Like he's in the corner just like." I'm like, oh shit.
Let me see.
Somebody else mentioned something in the chat earlier. There was a fight or something. Yeah, Ben Whitaker, man. I know everybody's kind of like, he see more style than substance now.
All I know is I remember some of it popping up on social media, and then people asking me, "Is like, what you think of this guy? What you think of this guy? What you think of this guy?" I'm like, he's on the come up. I don't know yet. We'll find out when he goes up against somebody better.
Facts.
I'm just like, but I'm like, am I entertained by what he does? Yeah. I'm just like, I just don't know how if he can maintain it. If he can, then cool. But he might buckle down when he sees somebody who can see through his stuff.
Facts. And that's all you can really say at that level.
Yeah, I got nothing to say. I'm just like, I got nothing to say against him. I got nothing to say for him. I'm just like, he's on the come up. Let's see how it goes. Wish him all the best. And then he fell off the top rope like WWE. So, yeah. Okay, I got the Fabio Wardley Glacier Collective. Jesus Christ. Why are they even calling it highlights? It's literally just the round.
Oh my God, they got highlights of it?
Yeah, which is just the round.
Like, wow.
It's a 3-minute video.
Fucking round was it 3 minutes?
Well, they got to do like the intro, the stat sheets and everything, agent, and so on and so forth.
I don't even remember these niggas playing the Russian national anthem during this shit. It was like, fuck that. Y'all just gonna fight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, because they were the co-main, right? Oh, my.
Yeah, Wardley and Clark, yeah.
Let's see. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, it's going, and it's about to happen. Let's see this spin.
Oh, damn.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you see it now. Yeah.
Okay, that was brutal. It wasn't just a spin. It looked like he's ready to jump out of the ropes. Jump over the ropes.
Crazy.
Jesus Christ. Hope the dude's okay. Oh, no. I guess I have to go find the memes. Oh, no.
This nigga Pilot got in the chat right afterwards like, I told you. That's my nigga, though.
That's just crazy. Jesus. Damn.
Yo, no lie. Fucking Fabio, he needed that performance. Like, yeah, shout out to King P because when we responded to Pilot in the chat, King P's like, see, now you have our attention. Like, you happy? like it's like seeing that one kid at the basketball court. He's practicing shooting. He's fucking bricking all the time, and no one picks him up. And then one day you're at the park and you see a nigga just start take off running, and then he do a 360 or a windmill dunk, and you're like, what? Like, wait, what? Like,
You had this in your
okay,
I was not familiar with your game. I apologize.
yeah, like, yeah, let's pick him up. Like, yeah. Don't shoot though.
Yeah, please don't. Do everything
Don't
else.
shoot. We remember them bricks, but yeah, we'll
But
clear
I
the
like
lane for some
yeah.
dunks, nigga. Like, you got bunnies, you got hops. But,
Protect your knees.
damn. Yeah. Oh shit! You know what? Oh fuck! Since I have you here, what boxing fight is coming up next that I can have this nigga speak on? Cause you know this like the Turbo Fist of ring gang. This the Gary Russell of ring gang. Like the groundhog. Like if PV showed up, then like I don't know what's happening. Like we got to do something. So I don't know what it was. Like my palms were itching yesterday, so I'm like, damn, I'm gonna hit a parlay. Like I was gonna win. I ain't know I was gonna win this motherfucker on the podcast if that's it. Like so y'all can hit the super chat or something later or today or now or whatever the fuck, cause y'all got him here. Like
I only make so many appearances.
It was like, yo, he's like, hold on, like
What really bugs me is as you said that the light is shining on me, so now it looks like it's like ordained by God right now. I'm just like, and I can't get out of the way.
Damn. Let me fucking we gonna play the matchup game.
Okay. We can also play does my memory serve that correctly if I remember some of these guys.
Oh yeah. Okay. Beterbiev versus David Benavidez.
I'm picking Beterbiev.
You picking Beterbiev?
Just in the nature of there are certain things that Benavidez will have strong moments. I could even see him buzz Beterbiev. But the thing about Beterbiev is because I forgot to mention that also during the fight. His stance is extremely solid. You'll very rarely catch him in a position where he's going to be walking backwards. If you're trying to start to do those like killer instinct combos, he will throw with you and hit you in between with something. The other thing too is Benavidez still has to act.
They don't move their head when they throw a Beterbiev. That's one thing. Like
they're just like, oh, I have a chance. Let me just keep throwing, and then
you get these Dragon Ball Z exchanges,
and then he will hit you. And he won't go too far. It's just here because of that bicep injury. People forget that he has, so he can't fully extend that right hand. So now he's really, really good at short rights. So he clubs you every single time. He knows that he has to make every single shot count. So he's going to take those precautions. I saw a person. I have to find that person's account, but they gave a good description of a knockout artist versus a slugger. A knockout artist is somebody who makes you think they got nothing, and then they'll catch you. A slugger will let you know what they have, and they'll keep throwing it at you all night. So Beterbiev is a knockout artist. He'll make you have moments to be like, oh, he's got nothing. And it's just like, no, he does. He was just waiting for you to. He was waiting for the right time. And it's not like he sits back and waits. He's constantly coming towards you, which I think people kind of forget about pressure fighters in that sense. I would say Benavidez and him are like different kind of styles of pressure fighters, where it's like
all three of them are different. Bivol, Beterbiev, they're all three different types of pressure fighters.
Yeah, and it's just a case of like, it's another dynamic for it. The other thing for Benavidez is, I'd rather see how he is when he acclimates to the weight, because he had the first fight with Vosdik, and Vosdik held his own.
Yeah. But a lot of people like kind of shitting on Benavidez's performance, and I don't think it was bad. Like,
it wasn't bad. It was actually decent.
Yeah, like I don't know what like niggas were expecting him to like put his foot in his ass or something. I just didn't like.
Do people
Vozdik's a former world champion?
Like, do people forget what Vosdik was?
Like,
even before he got stopped by Beterbiev, he was doing good against Beterbiev. Vosdik was doing good before he got stopped. Like, don't sleep on him just because it's a name that understandably would confuse you to pronounce it.
Because dude been in there with fucking punchers. Like,
if anything, that's just a good way to be like, hey, take a look at this one guy who's been around the block, see how you are with him, and then get that experience while you acclimate to your weight. If anything, they could have given him a soft touch at 175, but they're like, no, let's get you a former champion.
Exactly. And it's not like Vosdik was fresh off of not fucking fighting and being active. Like he made this comeback and was taking little bouts and shit. So,
It was
but
like a really good intro, but I would lean towards Beterbiev. I think it would go decision.
Beterbiev and David Benavidez, I could see a decision for that. I am also leaning toward Beterbiev. Because now really, because in this fight really illustrated it a lot.
Mhm.
Like, people want to have more success with Beterbiev than they're supposed to,
Yes.
and they don't know how to be successful in other ways. Like, we've seen Beterbiev get outboxed before in spurts or moments or in for rounds. We know he gets hit with jabs, and you could move him and turn him and do half clocks and half circles and shit. But the thing is, it's who has the stamina to do that enough. Like, it's like there's no game plan that's strictly just gonna beat Beterbiev. It has to adapt. It has to be like fucking. Pat is gonna get this because we talked about it. Facing Beterbiev, like, you gotta like. The Terminator Genesis anime on Netflix had a good example of this, where the kid was like, yeah, in the future, I grew up where the world was destroyed, Skynet took over, and you had to work as a community to defeat just one Terminator. And you're like, what? And so these niggas set up like this big ass trap where, it's like the whole city, like almost the whole community, the whole block is damn, they're letting the Terminator chase them, and then this is hitting the Terminator, that, until they finally drop a whole fucking apartment building on the fucking Terminator, and it destroys and kills the Terminator.
Yeah.
But you had like 30 motherfucking people had to work together and do that shit. And that's how you gotta look at fucking beating Beterbiev. Like, you gotta approach it like, yeah, multiple game plans. You gotta look at it like, if you got 30 people going against Beterbiev, they all can't have the same knowledge game plan. It gotta shift from like, plan A is only gonna work for 3-4 rounds. So make sure plan A is perfect and clearly wins those 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Then you're going to go into plan B.
Yep.
Plan B has to win these fucking next 3 rounds.
Or you have to take into consideration, what are the rounds you're willing to lose? If you need like that extra time to like get your breath back, or you need some time to like, okay, I need to see something.
All of that.
The other thing too is, just to add to it where you said that, like, when you think about all the opponents, and now even before Bivol, they all had a similar approach. And so at that point, Beterbiev is like, I've seen this before. What's your caliber of it? It's not that good. I will go through it.
And I like how you said, what's your caliber of it? Because it's honestly what it really comes down to, especially when you're dealing with a lot of guys who have similar styles. It just comes down to caliber. And since we've cooked on the channel before, it's like, is his chicken better than his chicken?
Yeah. Was it brine? Was it prepared? Was it a smoke grill? Was it an open fire grill? Yeah. Was it a broiler? Like, what's your delivery and your approach to using these tools? Because everybody has the same tools.
Is his jab better than his jab? Okay. Was his jab forged in fire by a community of boxers that cared in his gym, who always tested him and da-da-da-da-da? Or was his jab honed in the mean back streets of such and such by some wino with a beer bottle and da-da-da-da-da, like, and he hitting him, punching him like you gotta factor in all that shit when you factor in the plan. And it's like, David Benavidez still kind of fits a similar mold to what Beterbiev has faced.
It's now, what does Benavidez bring to the table? What's his caliber? Because he's definitely going to bring some new tools.
His caliber's high now. His caliber's high, but the thing is, does Benavidez have the footwork to turn and give ground when he has to give ground?
I don't know because a lot of the times for like when you consider his last fights, he's been the bigger guy, so he's just like I can walk you down. And against Vosdik's the guy who's going to turn you, not the other way around. So yeah, it'd be I don't know. I don't really know what other tricks Benavidez has because he has yet to have a reason to use it. That's a lot of things that people kind of forget when somebody says like, "Oh, the person seems one note." You haven't given them a reason to use the other stuff. If you can't handle that one thing, why would they care to change it? They don't
But
need
see,
to.
then that's when your eyes have to be developed enough to where you have to make educated assumptions by seeing glimpses and spots of them using pieces of it or a part of it, or they use it for 30 seconds, and you're like, he seems capable. Be wary of that. Like he might could explode with something, or I made him falter when I had him move that way.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a fluke, or is he really falters more when I make him move it that way? Let me try it again.
Funny thing, you mentioned that because was noticing it during the fight, and Bivol noticed it a couple times. There's a bit of like an unconscious reset that Beterbiev will do, is where he'll stand and he'll reset himself by doing an L step. But he sometimes forgets to gauge the distance, and then Bivol started to notice it and would attack him in the middle of it. And you realize, oh, he's off balance, but he couldn't add anything with it because he's just like, but it didn't put him in a bad spot. But he was aware of it, but he's just like, well, I can't get anything with it. It's why it's kind of hard to tell Bivol's reset because he does so many movements. Which one is his reset?
That's true too.
Because the Soviet is like the bounce, but he uses the bounce in conjunction with everything. So you don't know if he's like getting himself warm, getting reset. It's just like,
or he's going to just charge at you,
or he's just going to hold his ground and hit you. So it makes it harder to find his resets than anything else. Because every once in a while, it's like, oh, he's going to do one of those things, and all of a sudden, he just takes you out for a walk and just circles up.
Yeah.
It was like,
see, that's what we're talking about. That's where it goes. The Sesame Street word of the day is caliber. Because, like, the caliber, like, you're speaking of is like when your nuances have nuances. That's the level we speaking on boxing with this shit. Like, so I get it. I just think a guy like, to me, like, I don't think there's a fighter in those divisions that really I could just outright pick to beat Beterbiev, because too many guys like just kind of have the same approach, and they just like their game is in the same mold. They might go about it a little differently, but they still have the same like I'll give you an example. Tim Bradley, Sean Porter, and Aaron Pryor are from the same mold.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just different calibers. And look at Bivol, Beterbiev, and David Benavidez. Same mold. They just, Bivol, like, two of them throw a bunch of combinations. One of them throws a variety of combinations. Another one throws Soviet combinations. Another one doesn't really throw combinations like that. He's more deliberate than the other two. So it's like, same mold, though, just do things differently. Now, imagine if you throw a Pacquiao up there at 175, somebody who fought like him.
That would throw things off like crazy.
Dude, that's literally like throwing a crocodile in a swimming pool and be like, y'all niggas get out. Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's just crazy shit.
75 Pacquiao would be terrifying.
Yeah, so it better be on that level to decipher something like that. We don't know.
Yeah,
it's hard to really,
because we only work with what we saw.
Even if you had a 175-pound Errol Spence, it would be the same mold. And I'll be honest, me personally, the only person from that mold that I would put on a level above Beterbiev is Golovkin, because we've seen him fight more different variety of styles, and we've seen him use other styles.
Yes. Looking back at his career, like trying to, because now what I do now is just like This is also another aspect of, like I said, forever student. Now, obviously, if you want to see the top guys, see them at the beginning when they were like a nobody. See how they approach it. Then you see like what slight adjustment did they make? What slight learning thing did they do? Or what evolution they had. And
start from their 10th fight.
Mhm.
Because you'll see like by then it's amateur, they're into their style, but they're still growing.
Yes.
But you still have their style.
Golovkin came from the Soviet style too, so that's another thing to keep in mind.
Yes.
So that's why his hooks are approached in a slightly different way and things like that. He just understood pressure a little bit better at the catches. So it's like he realized like I need to vary up how I approach you so I can land the shots I want. And because he saw so many guys would be like, okay, I'm gonna out jab you, I'm gonna out move you, out this or things. And then he's just like, you're going to move a certain way. I'm going to test this. This might work. It did, or a relative success. I'm going to use a variation. And then I guess that's also the misleading thing about with Golovkin as well, which I could also say with Beterbiev as well. It looks like he's getting hit in the head, and it's just barely going off the forehead, or it's just hitting off the glove. It's just he's moving his head at the same time too with the punch because he doesn't want to deal with the brunt of it.
Yeah, but I would say Golovkin definitely has better defensive Beterbiev.
Way better.
Like night and day almost. Like
especially
you didn't see Beterbiev. Like you see Beterbiev get caught with good shots.
Yeah,
in almost every other fight, really. Mm-hmm. If you want to be honest, like you weren't seeing Golovkin get lit up like that too often. Like
no, it only a lapse.
Yeah, like it's so. And just looking at Golovkin, he catches punches better, blocks punches better, parries a little better. He definitely moves his fucking head better.
I would also say that depending on like how the trainers and everything else like that, I'd say like Golovkin was maybe just a little faster to pick up the stuff, to be like, I can adjust with this, I can move with this and things like that.
Yeah, he does know how to make like faster adjustments. Like
he seems like
the kind of guy. Nuances,
though, and I also think he's also the kind of guy like he would take suggestions into consideration, and be like, okay, I could say try that. I was just like, I'm not too sure what you're asking, but I'll give it a try.
Yeah. It's just good just analyzing certain styles and but if you're a pressure fighter, you want to look at other pressure fighters and how they approach things, but then look at other styles and see how you can implement that in your pressure fighting. Because if you look at one thing, like, and I'll take it back to the Sean Porter and Tim Bradley, like they both could box on the back foot. Mm-hmm. They're both better on the front going forward, but you can tell Bradley's more comfortable and better at the damn back foot boxing and moving around than Porter is.
Yes.
There's little nuances like that, and
the Podomatic fight would be an example of that. He had no choice but to be on the back foot for what he remembers.
Yeah, for what he remembers. Oh shit! Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think that was the fight I used an example with my student the other day with the hook, with the clip when you mentioned rap. Because I was like, that's what it reminded me of. Like, dudes just eating you up with hooks and you on the ropes like.
I'm doing good. I'm like, hopefully you're saying that because you actually remember, not because you saw the video.
Yeah. Like, well, one of those. But damn, Bradley Bivol was a fucking classic fight though. Like, yeah. If y'all ain't see that fight, see now that's a fucking fight of the year, damn it. Mm-hmm. But Beterbiev still fucking good.
Oh yeah, it is like definitely one of those. Is just like. Not only was it like a historical fight because it was like an all-Soviet boxing, it's just like two guys who would just have things, especially the defense, so good. They're negating each other. So those little tiny moments where you think there's a crack, you're like, oh, that might be it. Like, for example, when Bivol landed that hook on Beterbiev and you heard it, now, boom, and I'm like, no shaking on the legs. I guess Beterbiev's okay. Because I can promise you, Bivol was just like, well, that didn't work. It didn't deflate him though. He was just like, "Oh well, back to the drawing board."
You know what? Anytime we trigger each other's responses, because when you said his legs didn't shake, it didn't move, it made me also say like y'all got to remember, like, and I keep forgetting this, and it's a shame on me forgetting this of all people. This nigga Beterbiev had knee surgery 5 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, like, look, like, and I've had knee surgery before, and I've had that.
No joke.
It's no joke, especially for the shit I had, and I still need to have more knee surgery. That's just is my level, but that surgery, I had physical therapy for like fucking 8 months.
Yeah.
And you're talking about like twice a week type shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I think 3 days and 2 and then maybe 1, but 8 months. So just imagine that. I don't know exactly what knee surgery he had, but the 5 months ain't alone. It's knee surgery and it's still 5 months.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. That means he was dealing with shit as he was fighting.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, dude, and it's like, nigga, I'm looking back at that time with me. I'm like, nigga, you couldn't get me to have to. Like, I mean, you know, it's ring gang, nigga. I'm gonna shoot the fade if I have to. Like, you know, it's gang. I mean, if I got a box, I'll box, nigga. Fuck it. But if it was on some, like, you know, we got some shit lined up for you. You know, you can make some bread out of it. Hell nah, nigga. Fuck out of here. You say, nigga, like, you need this, that. So imagine he's not fighting a top 10 contender or a mandatory, whatever. He's fighting a fellow pound for pound participant, somebody with a similar style, similar background. They said they played football together as kids.
Oh, there you go.
So they know each other, like,
at the very least.
So all this pressure on the damn fight itself, and he went and performed like that off of 5 months knee surgery. And like I said, I don't know what knee surgery he had, but it's knee surgery. Like, whenever you doing knee surgery, it's just some, like,
playing a dangerous game.
Yeah, so that's why I'm never one to hype up cosmetic surgery. I'll be quick to be like, you don't need that shit. Like, yo, mom, chill. Like you beautiful, or somebody thinks you beautiful. Like, you don't need to do that. Like don't. Because that shit, I think I still got problems with fucking. So it's like, imagine Beterbiev perform like that off of that. Now, I'm not saying you get extra points for that, nigga. That just makes this shit even like more epic.
Yeah, I wonder if it plays in. Makes you wonder if it plays into that factor where he says, "I feel not bad. I did not good today. I don't know why." The knee,
nigga. Like, you know how humble you gotta be to be on some fucking, like, you imagine limping in the damn interview and you're like, I did not feel good today.
I don't know why though.
I don't know why. Like, maybe because there's a bullet in your leg or some shit.
They'd be like, "Oh, there is bullet in my leg."
Like how you feel? You just survived one of the most horrendous car accidents. I can't see a thing. I don't see good. I don't feel good.
I feel not bad, but not good either.
Like, I can't see, but I can see. Like, nigga, you missing an eye, motherfucker. Like,
so, I am missing an eye. I see. Lost in translation all the way. I don't know why, but it's like the post fight interviews I just loved, because both of them are just ridiculously humble, and I think it's like, yeah, they're very sharp because they can tell like it's a loaded question, but there is mistranslation happening too. That's what that was the great part about it. He was just like, well, I like to think it rattles off into another direction. And you know what? Shout out to Bivol. He was just like, if I say anything, it'll look like I'm complaining. So no, congrats to the other guy. He knew. He's just like, you're not about to fry me. Go. It's just like,
you know what? He got enough fucking fans out there, people who aren't good at scoring boxing, that could complain and bitch and moan for him.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, he has to look at that shit and know himself. And I think I heard in the interview, like, I seen on the tweets where he's like, my right hand was numb from him hitting my face and this, that, and that. Like, he has to know, like, yo, like,
some things did not work.
yes, like them
That's how he
last
was.
3 rounds.
He was critiquing himself as he was talking.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
those marks he was
that's how you
talking about
learn.
on his eye there, he said that as he was doing that, he meant as the punch came, his own palm was like mashing him in the face like that. He was basically like, yeah, just boom. It's why I tell people, like, be careful with this guard, because if you do this, this will happen.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm trying to like.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just here.
if my hands is right here, it's too late. I'm already fucking hit, nigga. Like, keep your shit out, move, faint. Like we said, like, you're doing something every 5 seconds. If you don't do something within 5 seconds,
they'll do something.
They'll do something, man.
They'll do something for you.
Yeah. So
move
yeah.
or be moved.
Like, oh, you don't want to move? Oh, you just gonna do that, huh? Oh, all right.
It's like, I'll take that, no problem. Thank you for the meal.
Oh man, but there ain't much to say about this fight. Damn, y'all. I'm glad y'all showed up in the chat. Nigga might have
we got the new technology here, the backgrounds. And it's just like now, Pilot, Pad, P, everybody else is gonna be like, how the fuck you do that? I'm like, research and development.
Yeah, we here. Ain't much to talk about. We kind of killed it up. Made me kind of feel like, damn. So if I don't show up tomorrow, it's like, you know.
Well, you know how the eye test is. You know, it might take another year for me to get out of the ice chamber.
Yeah, I think it's just like, like
it's like, I do not know. A door closes on me and I just go out.
Nigga, by that time, dude, if we go by that length, bro, like you'll either show up as a hologram or it'll be one screen and I'm just talking and then you'll go like this. So yeah, man, what's good? Like Korean Florida motherfucker eye test. Like,
I'll see why not. I mean, I managed to get my own winning gloves, so I'm proud of that.
Like,
yep.
Winning. For winners, for punchers.
Yeah, if you are making the investment on this, you're in it for the long haul. Okay? Do not get this if you're a casual.
Yeah.
There are cheaper options that are just as good.
Words. But you want the authentic, real thing. Like what's that? What Biggie said at the 10 Crack Commandments? He was like a called assignment, not for freshmen, just for live men. Like, yeah, if you got winners, you got the winning. That's for the live niggas only. Like, not for the freshmen. Like,
no, they expect you to be decent.
Yeah, like when you start asking for a consignment for the damn plug, nigga, like we expect you to be on a different level, nigga.
That's true. If I see you with winning gloves, I'm definitely approaching you at a high level.
I'm like, okay, all right. Install firmware 3.0.
Yeah, or or like that one kid, the one kid that I have, the one with the green gloves. I'm just like, go after him.
Yeah, see that. That's why I like that. That's that whole like when you got a young fighter with a pressure style, and you just be like, you feel like what's that movie, Unleashed with Jet Li? You be like, get him.
Oh yeah, I'm just like, yeah, you go do a round with him. Even though in my head I'm like, sick him.
Sick him. That's like when that one kid just come in there like, yeah, coach, can I spar? When can I spar? Like, you're not ready. Every day, and then you like, next time he say that, yo, be ready to go. He come in there and he's like, yo, coach, can I spar today? I'm like, sick him. I'm
not going to lie. I've done something like that. I've done that a couple times.
You wouldn't be a fucking boxing coach if you haven't done that. That's just one of the like, look, when people tell you boxing is full of assholes and different personalities and mental jobs and this, that, they're not lying. They're not lying. Even the nicest people you'll meet in boxing might have some type of fucking mental hang up or a hiccup or something, or if not that, they'll have the capability or the capacity for it, and you might push them to the edge and make them do that. And I figure that's what happened with you, right? I know you a nice guy, like because this is the thing. You and me could tell somebody the same exact fucking thing, but When you say it, these niggas will agree and be like, yeah, I get what he's saying. Da, 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 da. But you, nigga, what the hell? Fuck you, you light skinned motherfucker. Da, 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 da. You don't know what the fuck you talking about, cracker. Da, 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 nigga, this, da, 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 da. Like, I get all the disrespect. Like, but I'm like, I literally just said that. I'm like, matter of fact, I told that nigga first, and he said what I said. And like, niggas like, nah, but the way that nigga said it, like, he know what he talking about. Like,
I
I
mean,
say nothing. That's what, oh, my bad. What you about to say?
I was like, what's like we've talked about it before. It's like for some people, I'm just like, okay, they take it like listening to me, and I was like, why did I have to beat the shit out of you first?
Yeah, and it's like, and it seems like more people will push, and it's funny because you say that because it seems like I'm more the guy that you'll push, that people will push for me to beat the shit out of them. When in reality, is more you're more that guy.
Yeah.
Because if I beat the shit out of you, it's usually by accident.
Yeah.
But if PJ beat the shit out of you, you've had it coming. Don't pause. Like that don't mean to say like I won't beat your ass and you had it coming either. Like, but the way the probability works is more mine's is accidental. His is like that you did something that ticked PJ. Cause PJ's a nicer person than me. Like I'm just be honest. Even in the fucking call center manager voice this nigga has, like that shit just soothe motherfuckers. Like niggas just be like,
your call is important to us.
Yeah. Motherfuckers would be so ready to listen to this nigga. They'd be like, yeah, like I get it. Like he's making sense. Like I agree where he's coming from. But yeah, he's saying like with me, I don't know. It's just
you're direct.
Maybe I be direct, but I'm tactfully direct. Like I'm articulate. Yeah, I get it. Like you understand it. Like
that's what makes it really funny.
Like my vocab is good. Like I'm not like, and you know I could break your shit down on some bare bones, 5th grade education, then another level, then Sage Fist type shit. Like have a fucking book reference, have a fight reference, but niggas just be like, like I don't know. Give me like niggas give me the attitude like you know too much or some shit. Like
yeah, I don't get it.
But you get the impression like you know a lot, but you're knowing with them. Like you're telling them almost as like you discovered the answer at the same time.
I am good at that. I was just like, you know what? We're learning together.
Yeah, you break it down to a motherfuckers just be like, and this is why also real funny. And that's why you laughing. But this is why PJ got like a whole school of niggas. He running a fucking city of fighters and shit. He running this why I'm the nigga that's like, well, you know, you see Shutter, he got a random student here and there sometimes. You'll see niggas pop up for a minute, then they'll disappear or this, that, like it just it's different regions and shit, but that's the game though. Yeah. You know, but at the end of the day, you gotta be receptive to both though. Mm-hmm. So
just be receptive to the information that comes to you. It doesn't mean you're going to use everything, but at the very least, if somebody's willing to put their time into it and they seem sincere, give it a listen. Like I said, regardless of your level, we're all learning in some way. If we're all learning, keeping the brains active and everything else like that. Notice I said keep the brains active, so any of you guys in the ring, don't throw your brain cells away unnecessarily. You still need them. Okay?
Yes.
All right?
What's that shit you said to me the other day? Like, be a hero under the lights.
Yeah, be a hero.
Not in the gym. Not in training.
No. Training is training. When it's go time, it's go time. Be a hero there. You don't need to be a hero at the gym. Unless you have to be an enforcer for some reason. And then that means that something went wrong.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's super fucking facts. Super fucking facts. But
it's a constant learning journey and things like that. And if anything, if people are wondering like why to rewatch the Bivol Beterbiev fight, it's just like if you like technical skills being used at a high tense situation from round 1 all the way to round 12 with varied successes and failures on both sides, that is one of the main reasons to rewatch it. Watch it without sound. In fact, I barely heard the crowd when I was watching the fight, and I had sound.
Nigga, there was no crowd, motherfucker. What crowd?
I couldn't hear them. I couldn't hear
That's
anything.
what ruined the fuck, yo. That's what kind of, yo, fuck that. That new, yo, what's the Street Fighter new challenger music, nigga? That's new fight of the year requirement.
Yeah,
Atmosphere.
this is true. It was very like,
Bro, like, nigga, I didn't see sparring sessions at the corner store more lively than this fight. Like, niggas was into it, but no one, like, it just felt like, yeah, so, you want to buy a Pepsi after this? Like, you was, like, there's, like, no enthusiasm. Like, like, yeah,
yeah.
like, fight of the year need atmosphere, bro. Like,
You know what? That might also play into a factor. Like, if you don't have the appreciation for like what those guys were doing, you're gonna be like, I don't know what I'm looking at. So what should I yell at? Whereas people like when we were watching it, we're messing with each other, like, oh, that first round. Oh, and I was like, body shots, please.
it is funny you said that because I was messaging like two other motherfuckers too, like my sister, my other whole boy, you. So and then everybody was like the first couple rounds, like when the end of the first round happened, dude, it's like everybody everybody was grabbing their phone, like,
yeah. Yeah, I was just like, yo,
God,
and that was
like,
only a 5-second moment. A 5-second moment, and you're like, oh, it could go down in those 5 seconds.
Bro, like, look, yo, fuck that, yo. UFC don't have nothing like that. Nothing compares like to when boxing's at the highest level. There's nothing.
I don't think so.
There's
like
nothing.
fights that'll make you feel tense like that, and it's also because of like what could happen and things like that. The closest I guess it would be, but it's more of a case of like, can the inevitable happen or the change will come around? Is Alex Pereira fights when Alex Pereira is fighting, because you don't know when that left hook from hell is coming.
Yeah.
Which fun fact?
Or when someone's going to do a rudimentary defensive mistake to eat the left hook.
Fun fact that some people don't realize it, and I didn't know that, but I guess if you don't know their backgrounds, Pereira started off as a boxer.
You can see it, but he have his hands so low, and that one vid where he was damn getting eaten up by that boxer. Pause. Like.
Yeah, but no, he started off as a boxer, and then he went into kickboxing, and then everybody was just like, "Oh, he was a kickboxer." Like, no, he was a boxer first, then a kickboxer, then he went to MMA.
You know what gives it away? Because most people who are boxers before they're kickboxers, you can tell with the punching.
Mm-hmm.
He punches like a boxer. Like a lot of people, once they, and this is why I always tell people, learn boxing first, because no other discipline is gonna give you the foundation of proper punching and head movement and blocking. Mm-hmm. Like kickboxing is not gonna do it because they'll have you fucking with your feet and kicks. Mm-hmm. Like you would almost have to like. I'd rather say, look, nigga, do boxing and then taekwondo.
Actually, you know what? The two would translate really well, especially with the in and out style.
That and the switch. I be knowing what I be talking about. Like,
yeah, I'm making the connections right there. And I guess, like,
yeah, you see it, nigga. You see it.
Boxing is evolving now from what I see when they're teaching. Like, depending on how good and how open-minded the kickboxing instructor is, they'll be like, move your head to an extent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, they would be like, don't go all the way down. You're going to eat a knee. It was just like just enough that they miss and you can counter immediately.
No, that's
but a lot of the, I would say, trainers now and the ones that are coming up now, it depends. Like I said, it depends where, but a lot of them are more like, let's understand the baselines of each individual sport and see how they connect to each other. And if we can, put them together. And it's just like, let's have a strong base. You have a strong base. Everything else becomes easy.
Now it comes into the order of that foundation.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because everybody's a little bit different. Because whatever the discipline you start with first, you're going to have an attachment to it.
Yes, and me personally, if we're talking about it depends on. Okay, I know I'm gonna have bias with it, and boxing is not even my first style. Like, so, but I'm speaking against the bias. But I know I have bias. But I've seen the light. Like, if you're just somebody who's like, I want to be able to protect myself, and win most street fights and just be better than the average nigga on the street or the average woman, whatever. Or if you're a woman that's like, I want to be able to beat up most women and some men. If you're and defend myself, if you're start with boxing first.
Yeah, it's a good starting point.
If you're somebody who's like, I want to learn martial arts, I want to be able to defend myself, I want to be able to transition into other styles while still having a good base that I could build from, that could still give me an advantage or at least have leverage so I don't start any other discipline at a disadvantage. You know what you need to do? Do boxing first.
It's just a good baseline to start.
It is it just is really. The MMA universe will never give credit to boxing. They'd rather say some disingenuous stuff like that was a jiu-jitsu punch.
Yeah, I see that
Bless
once
their
in a while.
heart.
Yeah, bless their heart.
I also feel like the UFC is in a big decline the last several years. So the fans kind of notice. So they're kind of just saying more random shit a little bit more. They're kind of, you know how boxing fans always kind of troll?
Yeah.
Like, but we know we always got trolls in boxing. And like UFC is more just, it was always hype. Now it's like the fans are like almost trolling to an extent, but it's a believable, like it's an honest troll because it's like they believe that stupid shit. But it's not just one person where it's like, we all know this nigga trolled it. They motherfuckers really be, yeah, that's a jiu-jitsu punch. Like
a jiu-jitsu punch.
Before there was an excuse back when you had UFC was popping, and when people was like, I watch UFC more than boxing or whatever. Yeah, UFC was popping. I get it. Even 20 years ago, you know what I mean? But now, stop. Mm-hmm. Like you're going out of your way not to watch boxing. Yeah. And like my dude Android said, like you're being fucking disingenuous. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you gotta, first of all, we all heard the saying, have your glass empty, you know, not half full, this, or at least have it half full of something. So something else can be put into that motherfucker. Yeah. Boxing is just one of the best bases you could just, I won't say one. I'll make the argument is the best base.
As you branch out very easily.
You can branch out very easily, and a lot of the shit. And if you learn the proper way and have good trainers and teachers, it just trends. I know that's a big kicker right there. Yeah. But you can say that with a lot of styles too.
Exactly. That's how I'm just like, it boils down to what quality of trainer you have, quality of trainer and coach,
and the caliber.
I know you're about to say caliber. They are. Oh yeah. There's like the kind of eye they have, you know, those kind of things. Are they the kind of person to be like, oh, you have this idea, let me see it, let me take to consideration onto it? Or they be hardline, like, no, I don't want to see this, I know this and you get this.
Now I'm gonna take it another level, because I know I can be going all out with this episode, because you know this is like the random, like this is like the publishing clearinghouse showing up at your door. You're like, you have a check for $200,000, and you're like, all right, fucking take the pictures, nigga. Like, yeah, like, we gonna two-step make the most of it. So we just gonna like boxing is the number one foundation. Now, depending on, are you an athletic person? Are you strong? Are you a fast twitch guy? Quick reflexes? If someone said, what's the other base that you should go into depending on you? Your athleticism, maybe a little talent, maybe are you naturally strong? Are you a guy who got veins in your forearms and you ain't really work forearms? Are you somebody, are you stocky? Are you tall? You gotta, that's when you really start looking at yourself when it comes to the second style. Yeah. That's when you really, because you look at that when you're developing your boxing style. But boxing kind of allows you to do that within boxing. Yeah. Like we all have default styles. Like PJ, he's like, it's funny because I almost felt like PJ, like I met him as a default, like outside boxer, but a part of me felt like he was a guy who just kept watching this. He kept reading one half of the book and he didn't want to read the other half. And when he finally read the other half, it seemed like he's more of a natural pressure fighter. Come forward, goes forward. So that's why it's tricky with him. But after everything, and just as long as I've known him and analyzed the way he fights, I think he's just more comfortable, more net. His auto default boxing style is pressure fight. But I know he's capable of outside boxing, moving his head and all that shit and all that shit. I know I've seen him do it, and he incorporates it in the pressure fighting somewhat. So, but that's his default boxing style.
Yeah, there's actually another thing. Just as I should have said it earlier, where it's just like depending on the style and everything else like that. To always ask, because I remember having a conversation with somebody at the gym. It's two things that you should consider with it's like a trainer or a fighter. I will use the students as there. Are they willing and are they capable? Are they willing? Why? Are they capable? Why? Because somebody could be willing but they're not capable. Somebody could be capable but they're not willing.
Facts.
So you gotta.
You don't know how. It's rare to get somebody that's both.
Mm-hmm. It's super rare.
Because I always get one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, geez, like
they want to. They really do. They have the willingness to do so. It's just they don't have the capability. It's either don't have the capability yet, or just it's not there. They should be going down that route.
Yeah. It feel like one of them damn animes where the kid, he tried to be in a magic school or something. He can't do magic or some shit. And you're like,
all I can do is throw hands.
Like, I'll just throw hands. He's like, all right. And then the intro started. People don't understand the importance of footwork and positioning, or that most people will just freeze up with a jab, forget anything else.
That's correct.
Pair that with some wrestling, judo, or Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and you're good. Exactly. That's the point I was getting to, but we went off with the default boxing style. But so if you take a look at your body, how you move, and maybe depending on your default boxing style, you say, look, man, I got strong legs, long legs, they powerful. I'm good at moving, darting in and out. I think I want to get into kicking. Uh-huh. Most people would say, all right, nigga, go into Muay Thai. Go into kickboxing. But I said earlier, Taekwondo. Mainly because the angle you have to fight at with Taekwondo, it correlates to the angles you fight at with boxing. Uh-huh. And imagine if you get good at switching in Taekwondo, you're probably somebody who's good at switching in boxing.
Yeah.
And it just naturally, and a lot of times, the best kicks and the best strikes are single side kicks or jabs.
Oh, yeah.
So it just, if you're somebody that wants to do a kicking discipline after boxing foundation, Taekwondo. And now I know niggas is gonna be like, but Muay Thai elbows. Dude, look, the reason why I say it's not Muay Thai because you'll get caught up in squaring yourself up, and you'll get focused on elbows and knees when that's something you won't do most of the time in a fight because you don't have to get that. You could close distance in more success. You could close distance successfully in better ways. Mm-hmm. Like kneeing somebody in a street fight, that's something. That's more of a countermeasure.
Yeah, at that point they're too close.
Yeah, that the fight already started if you kneeing a motherfucker. Uh-huh. Unless you some goddamn Joe Higashi, a Saget nigga, and you just Tiger, and you can just fly in. You know what I mean? You just fly in, do some shit like that. Then most people can't. So, and the thing is, Muay Thai, you're more susceptible for throws and takedowns than you are with pure boxing. Because of the footwork in boxing is different than the footwork in Muay Thai. A
And
lot
on
of
top of
times.
that, you commit to a
Oh yeah,
kick,
yeah.
you're on
Go
one.
ahead.
If you commit to a kick, you're on one leg at that point.
Thank you. And most kicks with Muay Thai, most Muay Thai bottom half strikes leave you more off balance than they do with Taekwondo's kicking. I know people's like
They also got to remember that Taekwondo has multiple styles to it. It just depends like which one
yes.
you're doing. You got to know which style of Taekwondo you're doing. You
Because
don't go to
motherfuckers
any.
think I'm doing. I'm talking about combat Taekwondo where you're jumping up and doing a spinning barrel kick to knock a nigga off a goddamn like a giant dude. If you read the history of fucking martial arts and certain styles, you'll know that them motherfucking dudes in Taekwondo, those damn spinning kicks, those were used to knock motherfuckers off horses. So
Last measure.
that as a thank you as a last measure. You know how bad it has to get when you gotta fucking do a spinning air roundhouse kick to knock a motherfucker off a horse?
Got knocked off a horse doing a tatsumaki. That's crazy. Tatsumaki.
And you know how bad it gets. That's about and you know how bad
I
how
was
fucked
surrendering
up
if I
you
was
have
the guy
to
on the
be.
horse.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know how much you failed if you a nigga on a horse getting knocked off by a motherfucking kick? You either the sorriest dude or you done ran into the rawest motherfucker on that battlefield. Like here you are, you just a regular infantry and you ran into fucking Spartacus, Ken and Ryu. That nigga's like
I would just die out of embarrassment.
I was like, fuck it, like I'm not dead, but I'll just put the shield right here and just act like because shit. So that's what you have to factor in. But with Taekwondo, you're at that angle. You could do a lot of jab kicks, like a jab step in basketball, like a jab with a punch in boxing. It just translates kicking better. And it translates more to a realistic style or realistic type of kicking. I know Muay Thai has that same side kick. We've all seen kickboxer with fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme. But remember, these niggas is kicking from a squared fucking stance. And they're turning. Which is why we said this, except you're off balance. You're on one leg. You're more acceptable to getting slammed or thrown or bum rushed.
Yep.
And I'm not knocking Muay Thai. It's great. It got good shit, but I'm just saying. Now, kickboxing is cool too. I would prefer that over Muay Thai. Because, you know, if you want some damn Superfoot, what's that dude name? Is it Jim Wallace or his nickname was Superfoot from the 70s. Real good kickboxer. The way you have to know who the fuck I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, but I don't remember his name, but I remember Superfoot. It is Bill Wallace.
Is Bill Wallace or
Bill Wallace?
Bill Wallace. Okay. If you vaguely remember, he was a villain in a Jackie Chan movie years ago. It's when Jackie Chan was trying to come to America. This was before Rumble in the Bronx. This was his first time, and the movie kind of bombed. Didn't do good. So yeah, like just I can't remember what the fucking name of the movie is. I know someone out there knows it, but yeah.
The Protector.
The Protector. Okay, got it. There you go. All right. Random. So yeah, y'all. They do fight in there too. So, but you know how you do the multiple kicks and shit, like the kickbox, like it just boxing, kickboxing, they work better together. Like I know a lot of dudes that say Muay Thai is cool, but if you're trying to go into a kicking style off of boxing, I would leave Muay Thai alone. That's just my personal opinion, though. Oh,
What
hold
Android
on,
said here
Android.
about elbows is 100% correct. Where he says like you can actually vary it up how your hooks and your uppercuts can go because you're doing the same motion of an elbow. When I teach people to throw the hook, because a lot of them do the swivel to come back in, I say follow the elbow. So then it keeps the line perfect there. So if you do pull in, you make an elbow.
Yes. Yeah, I told you he was mean. Told you he was dirty. Like this motherfucker. Y'all think it'd be me because my personality. Y'all really think it'd be me. Like this is a nigga who literally silently is just trying to fuck you up somehow in the back of the classroom, all to himself and shit. Like yeah, elbows you can easily turn if you know boxing. A super short left hook movement is an elbow. A 6 to 12 elbow is an uppercut tucked in. Or you alter it, it's a smash.
Mm-hmm. Sendo.
So
And
I was gonna say
Razor
Donovan
Reddick.
Razor Running. Yeah,
As
oh
a
yeah.
Razor Reddick.
You named you named the fucking made up character first.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, it depends. I'm just covering both sides. For the people
Yeah,
who
yeah.
know the
Because
boxing
somebody might
and
like,
people who watch Epo.
like Sendo. The old motherfucker in his 50s be like, don't he mean Razor Roddick? Like the guy Tyson?
Oh, yeah.
So we made sure the grandpa and the grandkid kind of know. Like no, grandpa, he's mean
Got
to
you covered.
everybody.
Got you
He
covered.
got you covered. Ring ain't got you covered.
That's why we only show up like once every other year.
Yeah.
I test only
knocked
shows
out
up
all
once
the
every other year.
So that's with that. So the last one out, and the last other body type, I'll say for the second foundation, if you're somebody who's like, man, fuck all this kicking shit, nigga. I ain't nigga, look at me. I'm 6'2", such and such, or I'm 5'5", 170, or I'm this, that, I'm muscle, I'm like Lil C's, nigga. I mean like I'm a short swole nigga, something, whatever. I ain't kicking shit, nigga. Fuck that. I kick bars, nigga. Nigga, if you on that shit, wrestle.
Oh yeah.
Wrestle. Learn, and the reason why I say wrestling and boxing goes together, because if you want to wrestle good and you know how to close different distance, like if you know how to move your head or defend punches, you have a good step-in game, you would be a fucking animal on these streets if you knew how to pair boxing or inside fighting or pressure boxing with wrestling. Like, dude, you'd be somebody like, because you know, like, somebody miss, it's like, okay, bow, suplex. You'll be looking like a fucking Donnie Yen fight scene.
Ha!
You'll be like, shoulder roll, okay, bow, turn around, okay, leg drop, okay, fireman carry, bam, like niggas are just doing all types of shit. So yeah, like, so I repeated, like, boxing #1 base style for anything, for any fucking reason you can imagine. Learn boxing first.
Yes.
It's the one style that's advertised more than any other fighting style in the world. Mm-hmm. And I say this because, and shout out to my nigga Android, because he always makes this point. And y'all gotta follow him on Twitter. It's the you got he makes a point. I can't say it how he says it, but it's the closed circuit footage. If you look at all the closed circuit footage of fights and violence from all over the world, if you just had a one big Skynet database and you're like, okay, boom. And let's see what martial art is used in most footage. You know what's gonna come up? Fucking boxing. And you know what? It might, after that, maybe wrestling. And that's after like 95% of it's going to be boxing. 3% you might see some nigga with a kick game or some shit. But yeah, so that's one of the biggest proofs. If there was anything more effective, you would have it. You would see it more. You
People
could put
just
up the
know how to do this.
Yes.
Like y'all talk about here.
You talk about martial art that was in the original fucking Olympics, nigga. So it's only right boxing and wrestling go together. So yes, boxing, first base, Second base, if you lean into kicking, taekwondo. Second base, if you lean into wrestling and grappling and moving and all that shit, I wouldn't even say Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I would say fucking wrestling. The reason why I frown on the Brazilian jiu and I come from a Temi Ryu jiu-jitsu, which is striking jiu-jitsu. Like it's strike, parry, move, or strike, lock, strike, move, strike, break, strike. It's always a strike anytime you break in the arm or some shit. You never just try to grapple with a nigga first. So that's how it was different.
Same with using a knife. You use the knife to slash, then hold and pull.
You nigga get it. Eye test, nigga. Eye test.
So why you'll see, like, if another example is like if you give a boxer a knife, a puncturing knife, the basic punches are going to be more deadly because they have a knife with it. They know how to hook and slash and everything else with their punches.
Facts, super facts. So yeah, if you're on the, and that's because you're not trying to look. See, but wrestling, you could slam people and get in positions where you could still get up, or you could still move. You could still keep control of the situation.
Keep the person under control on the floor.
Yes, you could be more alert, aware. You don't even have to get to the floor. Wrestling, you could do a move where you slam a motherfucker and you still standing.
Into the wall.
Nigga, my Twitter is full of fucking violent fights. Nigga run up, motherfucker, just grab him, slam him. Nigga grab him again, he do a different slam. I seen a video in 20 seconds. These two jits was fighting, and I say jits because they look like they was like teens. Like, motherfucker, he slammed the kid 3 different times, 3 different ways, and each slam was harder than the last one.
Oh,
one was like a takedown first slam, boom. I like that's hard. Okay, boom. The next one was like almost like a over the hip toss.
Oh yeah, like a judo toss.
Yeah, like no, you know what? No, wait, my bad. It was a judo toss. Another one was a fucking power bomb.
I feel like I've seen that video.
You probably have, and I might have got one of them wrong. One of them's either a takedown slam or it's a fireman carry, like a regular.
Yeah. Why does it sound so familiar? No, I'm mixing it up with another video. No, I'm mixing up another video.
There's several of them that look the same.
Yeah. And it's just like, I know there was a video, it was like 2 girls were fighting and the skinnier girl chucked the bigger girl like it was like a throw from Street Fighter. And I was just like, my first thought was how, but I was just like, that's actually a judo technique, but I don't know if she knows she did that.
And see, this is what you call talent, folks. Like, this is the shit I be talking about. Like, some people figure it out. Like, oh my God, like it be sounding like some anime shit. I was watching some shit the other day and I think it was like, he started doing a move and the dude was blocking it, all the moves, and he's like, man, like, you know, so-and-so, she used to do that move too. And he was like, whatever, nigga, I'm just as good as that bitch you hyping up. Stop clip riding, nigga. I'm doing the same shit this bitch was doing, nigga. Fuck that, I'm good. So dude is like, bro, like, she learned to do that move. She discovered that move when she was 2 years old, nigga. And here you are, 16, bragging about learning this shit. And he's like,
it happens, man. That's the game.
It happens. And that's caliber. That's levels. That's when talent comes in, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's that shit. But yeah, all this, and that's what wrestling, you could slam niggas move. You assess this. Brazilian jiu-jitsu, I don't like anything where you got to take a hit or you got to get slammed or you got to, no, fuck this hermit style of fighting, nigga. I'm not, niggas ain't beating my ass so I could do an unbreakable lock or some shit. No, fuck that. Fuck you. Hold on. Android spitting game in here. Hold on. Yep. Okay. Wait. Wrestling and boxing go so well together. Both are ballistic styles. Yeah, and the close distance. Yeah, there's a viral video almost daily with just plain basic Western boxing. Thank you. Like, what more proof y'all need? Like, I'm be honest. Like, yo, we're gonna have to put this in the description box where it's be like, if you're one of these people who like, get in these boxing arguments versus MMA bullshit, yeah, just give them this video and tell them watch this video. Like, just send them this.
Brought to
Like,
you by Big Boxing.
yeah, just like tell them like, okay, the first hour they talking about Bivol Beterbiev, which you should watch or watch by now, because if you don't know that fight, then you should really be even speaking on boxing. But here we are.
Yeah, I'll be like, I just recommend it for everybody to watch.
Yeah, exactly. And after that, we break it down more in the fighting. Same with a knife coming at your head. Getting used to punches come and preps you for something coming straight at your head, and most people will wail that shit wider than wilder.
Yeah.
Dude, bro, thank you so much, because this is the other side of boxing when we look at learning self-defense. There's no other discipline that prepares you defensively for attacks more so than boxing. And depending on the teacher you have, if you learn how to defend shit in boxing, you done pretty much learned how to defend 70% of the shit out there.
Fair number, yeah.
And this is the thing, I'm not just one of these niggas just speaking this shit, saying this shit. You see me, I'm a nigga, I train with noodles, weapons, all types of shit. I got videos where I'm literally beating the shit out of my students with the noodles, with the PVC pipe noodles, and they got to defend and get out of the way. If you could dodge a punch, if you could dodge a fucking crowbar, you could dodge a fucking punch. Mm-hmm. If somebody's swinging a bat, and it shows you how to learn footwork and movement where you're getting completely directionally out of the attack. Because in boxing, you could slip a punch, you could move from attack with 3 inches or 3 feet. Mm-hmm. There's no more. It's 3 inches or 3 feet.
3-foot rule.
3-foot fucking rule. So yeah, like that's another thing. There's no other martial art really gonna fucking like Shotokan with the blocking. Yeah, I fuck with you, like, because blocking in Shotokan is like literally an attack. A motherfucker throw a punch and you like you're shocking that you're damn near breaking his arm, and they almost opened up wide from getting blocked so hard. Now you got a direct hit. Uh-huh. So yeah, there's different styles, but boxing, just the head movement.
It's a really good base causeway to lead you into other things.
Yeah, it just works so well.
Yep.
Yeah, like now, but boxing, y'all just got to remember, like anything else, there's a lot of perpetrators, pretenders, a lot of fugaziness, a lot of fish market shit. So you got to recognize that. Like, honestly, this is a video, like, this is like one of these boxing videos, like, I would just recommend that someone watch and listen to if you're getting into boxing, or you're into boxing, or you just started getting into boxing for a year or so.
Yeah.
This is like the most like we're really saying some shit. Like this one, like this, your students need to see this one, bro. Like, because I know they're getting gems from you, but I don't know if they're getting them like this, or if they'll see you in this capacity.
They probably have not. There's some I might said this too.
So, but no, I'm saying, like, honestly, like.
Oh yeah.
Like this some shit, like this some, and then Android he put in these good conversation starters and questions, and it's like we can't, it's hard for us to end this shit because we're like, damn, he's like he bought something. So we would have ended this shit without speaking the defense.
Yeah, exactly. But now we gotta get this going here because I have to like step away for a bit.
Nah, it's like 5:38, bro. I told you 30 minutes to an hour. I didn't know we was gonna cook like this.
Oh, I knew we were.
Oh wow. See, I didn't.
Have you forgotten each time we've done this, unless we hardline cat a timer on hand with an alarm, we will crazy.
Oh man, but yo, this was a fucking we wrapping it up now.
Mm,
This was a great fucking episode, yo.
yep.
Y'all might or might not see me on the podcast tomorrow with the rest of the gang. It depends, because it ain't too much more I could say, and I want them to say their piece. And we all agree with the score with Bivol. I mean, with Beterbiev one. So none of that bull. It's gang over here. Nigga. Like, ain't none of us gonna come up on no bullshit. Like, and we do. We always chastise them. And if we and the comments make sure they chastise them too. Because I remember, I think what it was, King P thought Fury beat Ngannou. And we was all getting out of even the chat. I think was like, hell no, like. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all tune in the Ring Gang this week, Mondays, Thursday. I think Pat gonna be back, or one of these days. If it's not Monday, Tuesday. Niggas busy. We international, bro. Shit, I can't keep up with everything. Oh goddamn! Like this motherfucker making the best points ever. Like I know we gotta get Android on the show. I said, did I say Android or Android?
It sounded like
I don't know what the fuck
Android.
I said.
I heard
Android.
both.
Yeah, we definitely gotta get him on the show.
Oh yeah.
Boxing is just pressure tested the best. It really is. It really is. Like it just fucking is. Like good. Oh, like me sounding like a valley girl. Like it just is. Like that's it. Like anything else, like. But yeah, we got other shit on the other shit in the works. I would try to convince PJ to write a boxing article, but I wouldn't.
See what I can do.
I honestly wouldn't have the heart to do it, because I could say the same thing to myself, and it's like. But I did have a state of boxing 2024, so that I just verbalized my article, nigga. So,
Okay.
But yeah, hopefully we could get PJ back sooner with the eye test, and we have some random moments like this that just the stars align correctly. We could get him back in here more often. If not, we'll see if we could. Y'all could if gets more training videos or footage that we could put up of him, or try to bring his knowledge and his expertise to the forefront a little bit more, the motherfuckers forget you and shit.
Yeah, I'm always ready to help where I can.
Yeah, he humble. He OG executive member, Ring Gang, like real shit. It just he don't be bossing niggas up like me and Pat. That's like, cause he behind the scenes, like
yep.
It's like it's Zeus and Poseidon, and this nigga Hades, he's like underground chilling.
I am just taking care of things in the back end. Do not worry.
Yeah, but he know his shit, so we definitely try to get him out in the forefront more. But I got a new video I just put up, short uppercut bag. We working Sample Kings forever. We trying to knock this out for November. We gonna try to have eye test forever and get PJ back in this motherfucker. Might see if we could get his cousin in here for an interview one day too.
I will definitely see if I can.
So we can see what's up. Salute to him. He on his way. And like, yo, we gonna rep for dude all the time. Like he gotta. We put up one of his knockouts on TikTok. Y'all check that out. So we didn't start this how we normally started it, but it's all good. It's a new season. So
new technology in the back.
New technology, new look. I don't know if it's gonna let me put up a new picture tomorrow, or later this week, because niggas gonna be like, damn, like, yeah, I see you got all the other niggas with you, but why you like is PJ in memory of, or niggas is like crossroads, like. But yeah, man. Any shout outs, PJ? Any final words, bro?
I've already said most of my piece here, where it's just more of like, I will keep hammering it on again. You're forever a student, even if you're in a teaching capacity. You're always learning, as long as you're receptive to learn. I've worked and trained other people who are now even in their 50s and still at it. I plan to be like that and more. Each time I see those older guys just going at it and can still beat the shit out of you, I'm like, I'm going to be that and much, much more. They taught me early on how to fight like an old guy. So I was just like, I'm going to keep that legacy going. And not really too much of a shout outs because most of the people I'm just gonna be like, they wouldn't even see this anyway. But otherwise, you could see my posts on my Instagram, PJCLUHANGA. I'm not gonna waste my time actually pronouncing it. You'll find it there. It's primarily just boxing content or announcements for workshops, anything of that sort. And as always, shout outs to Ring Gang, shout outs to everybody. I know Pat out there just getting twisted right now with Ray and Nephew in literally everything. So yeah, you have yourself a good time, and well, pray to God for that horrific hangover.
Oh. And get back to training when you come back to the States, motherfucker. Me and PJ still training, nigga.
Oh yeah.
That's why we got hands, nigga.
I'm lifting now.
Yeah, see this motherfucker. Oh my god, this nigga like, jeez, like this nigga like, motherfucker. I'm not used to this motherfucker like big, like. No wonder you pressure. Like you a tank now. You're not gonna be dancing and moving around. Like so, yeah, like. That's right. This nigga's lifting weights now. This motherfucker. Damn, because before I used to be like, damn, we ever spar? Like, like I think I'm gonna hurt you more. Like, I think I'm gonna muscle you, but I know you strong. But now I'm like,
yeah,
no, like, I'm gonna be dancing on this motherfucker. Like, he gonna fight me like Beterbiev, but
the weight
oh man,
height now.
He said what?
The weight matches the height now.
Yeah. I'm like, bro, this motherfucker, dude. I know if you, dog. I promise you, dude. Look, my final call out, my final thing. If whenever we move to the point in boxing as a sport, when y'all start doing the influencer fights and y'all start doing the podcasts or YouTubers against YouTubers, and Ring Gang is always ready, bro. I you know how inventors be like, nigga, we got a Hulk. Like, nigga, we got a PJ, motherfucker. Like, hey, we gotta this nigga live this shit. Like me, of course, I get it in, but I mean, I'm older. I got medical problems. Like, but this nigga, like,
I'm just doing what I can.
God forbid it's a tag team. Oh, a triple threat, nigga. Me, PJ, and Pat. Oh, like Lord, like that's it. We done, folks. Like that's too much violence. Y'all tune in later, man. Ring Game Radio, eye test, nigga. PJ Shutterworth, fight architect, goat artist.
Peace.
Salute.